Perfect Crown episodes 9 and 10. Grabe, ang dami nating dapat pag-usapan. Fasten your seatbelts because this will be a fun ride. Follow me if you're also an IU fan. Okay, wait. This drama is actually stressing me out now. If you've been following The Perfect Crown, these two episodes feel like the point where everything is collapsing into each other. The romance, the politics, the trauma, the power struggles, wala nang breathing room. One thing I really appreciate about this drama is kahit medyo obvious na from the start kung sino yung mga main schemers. It's been telegraphed to us from the very beginning. The show still somehow, keeps you guessing. So like, yes, we know Tebi Mama and Jinmu are dangerous, but the way the story slowly pulls you in, like the Prime Minister, the King, even the palace staff into the tension, ang galing ng execution. Episode 9 especially felt like less of a romance episode and more like watching everybody slowly choose sides. And speaking of sides, that Prime Minister phone scene, discuss ko sa previous recap, grabe. One call from Hiju, one call from Tebi Mama, such a simple shot, pero it tells you everything. Kasi whichever call he answers first tells you where his heart and loyalty are leaning. Same with the rosary beads. Every time his morals start shaking, hawak niya yun. Then the moment he leaves it behind sa grave, you can literally feel the shift in his character. And can we talk about the conversations between the Debbie Mama and Prime Minister mismo? No dramatic background music, no overloaded emotional cues. It's just pure dialogue and tension. Those scenes carried so much weight. Then yung huge reveal with Ian and the young king, oh my god, they knew. That flashback completely changes how you view their relationship from the beginning of the series. Suddenly, maintindihan mo na kung bakit sobrang protective ni Ian sa kanya. They've been both trapped inside the same trauma this whole time. Grabe. Episode 9 really showed Ian's duality too, which I really like. One second, he's completely losing control, protecting the people he loves. Then the next scene, he's gently comforting his nephew like nothing happened. Ang ganda nung contrast na yun. And also, Byeon Woo-seok's eyes in these episodes, grabe. Sometimes, he says more without dialogue. Now, let's talk about Hiju because I know some viewers got frustrated with her during episode 9. A lot of people were calling her weak because suddenly she's kneeling, begging for help, trying to carry everything herself. But for me, it made sense kasi this probably is the first time she fully realized how much she actually loves him before she could fight, aggressively because everything still feels strategic. Ngayon, iba na eh. There's fear now. And, fear changes people, especially someone who spent her whole life believing she only needed herself. That scene of her kneeling in front of her father hit hard because it's the same woman who refused to bow her head to anyone else. Now she's willing to destroy her pride just to protect him. And then episode 10 comes in and finally gives us some movement. After all the emotional damage from episode 9, people finally start saying what they actually feel while still somehow making terrible decisions. Because yes, the divorce scene stressed me out too. The moment Hiju said she wanted to cut her losses, grabe nakakainis. After everything they've been through, bakit ganun ulit? But at the same time, you can clearly see she's terrified. This isn't the same Hiju from the earlier episodes who confidently fight everyone head on. Love changes the stakes for her. And Ian wasn't helping her either. Bro kept saying, don't do this, while refusing to fully explain his own plans. So medyo nakakainis, no? The two of them are so good at protecting each other, pero minsan ang hina nilang gumawa ng plans together. But still, I'm glad the whole noble idiocy phase didn't last too long. The moment they were finally alone again, you could immediately feel the shift. And grabe yung kissing scene, guys. Wait, yung kissing scene, guys.
Uy! Easy!
Ayos na! Okay na, okay na.
Episode 9 destroyed our emotions, but then episode 10 suddenly healed us while also ruining our sleep schedule. Grabe, hirap makatulog, no? Pero in a good way. The tension, the intimacy, desperation, grabe. You can literally feel how badly they miss each other. So in truth, what makes episode 10 so satisfying is that almost every scene feels like a payoff. Finally, nakakabawi tayo. Every conversation matters. Every reveal changes dynamics. Every character is finally being pushed into making a choice. And Prince Ian finally taking control again, that's what I've been waiting for. So for so long, he's been surviving quietly, letting other people decide things around him, carrying everything silently. But now you can feel him stepping into his own power. Not because he suddenly wants the throne out of greed, but I think he finally understands what happens if he keeps staying passive. And I think that's why the throne storyline works emotionally. I think the crown in this drama never feels glamorous. It feels heavy, dramatic even. Everybody connected to it has sacrificed something important because of it. Which brings me to the Queen Mother. No? Sabi ko last recap, she's growing on me, and she still is. And I think I know why. I really didn't expect the show to make me feel sympathy for her, but here we are. The more we learn about her, the more tragic she becomes. She spent her entire life sacrificing her own happiness and heart, for status, for duty, survival, the palace. And now you see how all of those choices slowly twisted her over time. Does that excuse everything she did? Of course not. But it makes her way more interesting than a simple villain. And sa totoo lang, if anyone gets redeemed in the end now, I think it's going to be her, not the Prime Minister. Because the PM at this point, bro, he fully crossed over already. He betrayed us. So also, can we please give Teju his flowers? Yung kapatid ni Hichu, one of the best written side characters I think in this drama. Is he messy? Yes. Is he an idiot sometimes? Or yes. But the moment his baby sister needs him, baby sister, wala nang usapan. He steps up immediately. I love that the drama never turned him and Dayang, his wife, into full villains. They still feel family underneath all that greed, chaos, and the aides, again, them protecting their bosses while secretly hiding plans from each other because they also care too much. Ang ganda nung parallel na yun, kung isipin nyo. Actually, that might be my favorite thing about these two episodes overall. Everybody rather, is trying to protect someone. Sometimes correctly, sometimes terribly, but almost every decision comes from love, fear, guilt, loyalty or regret, even the little king. That scene where he locked himself away, he's hurting so much because this poor kid has been carrying all that trauma the entire series while trying to protect everyone emotionally. Imagine, ang bata niya, right? And then the ending happens and then the drama suddenly reminds you, oh, by the way, the palace is still a dangerous place. Like, hello, the bomb. You would think that after 2 fire attacks, the palace would install water sprinklers, no, para may proper safety measure na sila for a fire attack. Like yung mga kalaban nila, they always literally start a fire. The show really knows how to make emotional scenes feel warm and terrifying at the same time. And now, we only have 2 episodes left. I'm excited. Genuinely, I don't want this drama to end yet. And I think this is the last time I'm gonna say this. Ang tagal mag-Friday.